Flight 990 had crashed the night before, and everybody died. By the time I got home and checked my answering machine, I must have had at least a dozen calls from friends of mine from all over the country who were calling to see if I was all right, calling to see if I was home. And I processed all the calls, and it wasn't until that evening when I was just processing my day as I normally do, and started thinking about the calls, that it struck me that if I hadn't made that decision not to go to Kemet in 1999, I would have been on that flight. That's the flight that we always take. And so it made me stop and question this relationship that we have with our ancestors. It made me question this relationship that we have with spirit, and made me understand how real it was and how important it is to cultivate this relationship and not allow others to distort it, to dilute it, to separate us from the power that exists within. And so what I want to share with you this evening is knowledge that I have acquired over the years about Africans' spiritual relationships with the Creator, and how those relationships have been distorted over the years. When I was a child, I thought, I talked, and I acted like a child. I was taught to believe in heaven and hell. I was taught to believe in God and the devil. I was taught to believe in Christmas and Easter, Santa Claus, and the Easter Bunny. But when I became a man, I outgrew my childish thinking, and I replaced my childish ways with knowledge, with insight, as I fulfilled my desire to know. I came to realize that neither Santa Claus nor the Easter Bunny were real. I came to understand that originally Christmas and Easter had nothing to do with the birth, the death, and the resurrection of a man named Jesus. I learned through research that the letter J was invented around 400 years ago, and that Jesus wasn't the name of the person that we call Jesus. I learned that God and the devil were ideas, were concepts, were opposite aspects of the same entity, of the same force. I learned that heaven and hell were conditions that exist on earth, not above it, not below it, but conditions that exist on earth in real time right now. Came to understand that religions were